Penguin Audio presents Knit the Season by Kate Jacobs, read by Carrington MacDuffie. Thanksgiving. How essential to stop, reflect, be grateful. For food, for family, for subtle joys, such as the feel of soft yarn on fingertips, for the sense of ease that comes, stitch upon stitch, from following the rhythm of the pattern. Honoring the spirit of the holidays can also be a celebration of the experience of crafting. Chapter 1. New York seemed to be a city made for celebrations, and Dakota Walker loved every moment of the holidays, from the shoulder-to-shoulder crowds breathlessly waiting for the lighting of the gigantic Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center, to the winter-themed department store windows displaying postmodern Santas, to her favorite, the kickoff to a month of fun with that ruckus of a parade on Thanksgiving morning. Dakota's grandmotherly friend, Anita Lowenstein, who, nearing 80, could text almost as well as some of her college classmates, had escorted Dakota to the parade when she was small. Last Thanksgiving morning, in a fit of nostalgia, the two of them bundled up in layers, chunky handmade cable knits over cotton turtlenecks, and staked out a spot near Macy's just after sunrise to watch the river of floating cartoon characters and lip-syncing pop stars and freezing but giddy high school marching bands flowing down Broadway, just as it should be. But what Dakota most enjoyed about the beginning of winter was the crispness of air that practically demanded the wearing of knits, and the way that tough New Yorkers, on the street, in elevators, in subways, were suddenly willing to risk a smile, to make a connection with a stranger, to finally see one another after strenuously avoiding eye contact all year. The excuse, the expectation, to bake also played a large part in her personal delight. Crumbly, melty shortbread cookies, and iced chocolate orange scones, and whipped French vanilla cream cakes, and sugary butter tarts. November through December was about whipping and folding and blending and sampling. Though she'd spent only one semester at pastry school so far, Dakota was eager to try out the new techniques she'd learned. Still, she hadn't stopped to consider how it might feel to roll out crust, to pare fruit, to make a meal, back in what was her childhood home, as she adjusted her bulging backpack, groceries in each hand, and climbed the steep stairs 2 floors up to Perry's efficient little apartment situated 1 floor above the yarn shop her mother had started long ago. The tiny shop, the shelves packed to bursting with yarns fuzzy, nubbly, itchy, and angel soft, its walls a kaleidoscope of cocooning pastels and luxurious jewel shades. That Georgia Walker had willed to her only child, and that Dakota had finally come to truly appreciate. The white-painted cupboard door creaked loudly as she opened it, surprising not because of the unpleasant volume, but because Dakota realized in that moment she had forgotten the quirks of this particular kitchen. At the same time, overflowing bundles of yarn spilled burgundies and cobalts, wools and acrylics, lightweights and double knits, from the shelves, tumbled to the grocery bags she'd just set on the counter, and then bounced to the linoleum tile floor below. Almost as an afterthought, a tidy pile of plush plum cashmere dropped noiselessly through the air, just missing her head, and landed directly into the small stainless sink. "This isn't a kitchen!" cried Dakota, reaching out her arms as widely as was possible in her heavyweight white winter coat, trying to hug yarn and food and prevent all of it from rolling off the edge. "It's a storage facility." She hesitated. What she'd wanted was simply to find a bowl, something in which to pile up the apples she'd purchased, and she'd approached Perry's compact galley kitchen in the apartment above the Walker and Daughter yarn shop as if on automatic pilot.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?